Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. This is Super Swing Trader. Today we're going to take a look at the US markets, see where the market sentiment is at, and see where it's heading next, and an analysis on what is going on. Let's start with the S&P 500, the top 500 companies in the US market. As always, we'll take a look at the monthly first. Now, 2 weeks ago or last week, we did a video on SPY, and we were saying that there's a supply zone created up here on the monthly, and this supply zone, if this supply zone breaks, then we're looking like it's going to go make higher highs. So if it breaks here, it could just go up and retest these highs, and that's what we're expecting. Or the other way that it can go is it can break this supply zone and then retraces back to this zone. But no matter what, this is a market that's going to go higher. Sure, it can make a double bottom and then go up higher. So a lot of the videos that I see people are making right now is that they're saying that, or just people saying in general, is that it's a bull trap, but most likely it's going to go higher because it's going to take out this weekly supply zone, possibly retrace, but will not go lower than this and go up higher back to new highs. The monthly, you can see that it formed a strong piercing candle on this drop, so most likely price is going to go higher back to all-time highs. No matter what the economy, no matter how many jobs they're losing, that's what the price action is showing to me. And just remember, guys, this is just my opinion. If you want to see what the market is, how you should invest, make your own decisions, or hire your own personal professional advisor. Now let's take a look at the NASDAQ composite, the QQQ. So the Qs are telling us that price is going to go back higher. Actually, Qs has already gone back to almost to all-time highs already. If you look at the monthly formed a supply zone right here, and price has already reached back to the supply zone, forming the strong green engulfing candle, engulfing this candle, forming this green one. So price is back to all-time highs. This is a valid supply zone that could make it drop again, but we don't want to short against this strong green candle. So we're either looking for the supply zone to get removed, or so based on this chart, I'm not looking to go long or short because this green candle is super strong against the supply zone, and don't want to go long on this supply zone either because it is a supply zone. So we want to go short on the lower time frames on validation, or else wait for the supply zone to get taken out. But based on what the Qs are doing, it's going back to all-time highs. So and during this economy, it's moving faster than the Dow and the S&P 500. But this is giving us a pretty good indication that markets are going to go back higher. On the weekly, we see that there's a supply zone, as we saw on the monthly. So we could make some short-term incomes on this drop. Once it goes up here, it could drop a little bit. We can make some short-term income, but most likely it's going to take out the supply zone after a few weeks and get up to all-time highs, because the supply zone on the monthly is not that strong. It is valid, but it did not drop strong enough. And as we can see on the 3-month time frame, is forming this strong 3-month candle as well. So most likely it's gonna go back up higher. So that is all we need to see on the Qs, is that it went back up to all-time highs. This is the supply zone right here, but most likely it's gonna come back up here, drop a little bit, and go back up higher, making higher highs. Okay, the next market, or the next symbol that we're gonna look at, is Dow. It's a Dow ETF. Okay, so I made some old drawings, but I haven't updated this for a while, so I'm just gonna clear everything and take a look at it again. So the Dow on the monthly, it formed the supply zone, just like all markets. It formed the supply zone, but how it gets back to it is another analysis. So this one, it formed a strong supply zone, so this is relatively strong. The weekly formed a supply zone. So the Dow is, when you look at the Dow, it's the weakest of the 3 markets. The Nasdaq was the strongest, went back up to all-time highs already. S&P, if it breaks the supply zone, you can see that the weekly here on the S&P is much lower than this one. So the Dow, it could drop a little bit, or it could just get back up to this, break it, go back up to this weekly supply zone. But nevertheless, all 3 markets are either at all-time highs or making its way up to all-time highs, or it could go up to this supply zone, touches it, drop, going back to this demand zone, and then go back up higher. But based on all the price action that we've seen so far, indicates that prices are going to go up higher in the next few months. So if this is any indication, this is saying that the market is thinking about going back to all-time highs as a recovery. So if you guys disagree, or if you guys agree, make sure you comment below. And this is it for the analysis. If you got value from this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and click on the bell so you get notified of new videos I release in the future. I make swing trading videos on stocks and forex using supply and demand. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. I want you to transform your charts into profits and build a life you love.